Hello. For today's motivation, I'm going to read 25 quotes from the psychiatrist, neurologist, and Holocaust survivor, Viktor Frankl. Man is not fully conditioned and determined, but rather determines himself whether he gives in to conditions or stands up to them. The attempt to develop a sense of humor and to see things in a humorous light is some kind of trick learned while mastering the art of living. Every human being has the freedom to change at any instant. Each of us carries a unique spark of the divine, and each of us is also an inseparable part of the web of life. An abnormal reaction to an abnormal situation is normal behavior. I do the unpleasant tasks before I do the pleasant ones. Pain is only bearable if we know it will end, not if we deny it exists. I try to do everything as soon as possible and not at the last moment. This ensures that when I am overburdened with work, I will not face the added pressure of knowing that something else is still to be done. When a man finds that his destiny is to suffer, his unique opportunity lies in the way he bears his burden. But there was no need to be ashamed of tears, for tears bore witness that a man had the greatest of courage, the courage to suffer. The last freedom is choosing your attitude. Man's inner strength may raise him above his outward fate. When a man cannot find meaning, he numbs himself with pleasure. A man's concern, even his despair, over the worthwhileness of life is an existential distress, but by no means a mental disease. The more one forgives himself by giving himself to a cause to serve or another person to love, the more human he is, and the more he actualizes himself. In times of crisis, people reach for meaning. Meaning is strength. Our survival may depend on our seeking and finding it. As for the concept of collective guilt, I personally think that it is totally unjustified to hold one person responsible for the behavior of another person or a collective of persons. Man can only find meaning for his existence in something outside himself. If there is meaning in life at all, then there must be meaning in suffering. The more one forgets oneself, the more human the person becomes. Despair is suffering without meaning. The point is not what we expect from life, but rather what life expects from us. The quest for meaning is the key to mental health and human flourishing. Humor was another of the soul's weapons in the fight for self-preservation. No man should judge unless he asks himself in absolute honesty whether in a similar situation he might not have done the same thing.